can't seem to put my hands around the fact that if we go with a Palm Beach model, it's going to cost us possibly up to $125,000. Compared to if we have it in-house, the initial cost is $45,000. Let me ask this question, Mr. Merrill, maybe you can answer this question for me. If we did this in-house, and we had benefits to that particular person, do you have an estimate of how much that those benefits would cost us, add on to the $45,000?
It's usually a factor of 1.5, but it's not accounted for there are the indirect costs of, which we apply to all of our departments, legal, budget, procurement. So it's just scanning through the report here, and I don't see the indirect costs. What you have is an assumption that we would absorb the cost in FY16. We would add one new FTE at 17. I can't tell from the report whether that includes benefits, but I don't believe there's anything here that talks about indirect costs. So we have staff here, they can answer the question. But
someone answer that question for me?
Good morning, Commissioners. Frank Strong, Consumer Veteran Services. Commissioner, to answer your question, the $45,000 did include benefits for the position, potential position for FY17.
No, I've heard the statement that, I've heard the statement that in the legislature we created departments or created areas, and they grew and grew and grew. I served in the legislature also, and believe me, we did. But there was no watchdog or accountability of those departments. As a legislator, we approved the budget and we allowed them to expand at whatever cost they may be. Now, one legislator looked at DCF or whomever we were created to see how fast those departments were growing. If we're talking about having a plan such as the Miami-Dade plan and putting it in the Consumer Protection Department, it's up to that director and Mr. Merrill to make sure that that particular department does not expand with that one person being in there. The other factor is, maybe you don't know, but the people that will be coming to us are making minimum wage almost, okay? And if we go with a Palm Beach plan and they go forth in some way, somehow, the indigent triggers in, how in the world are we going to ask those folks that are making minimum wage to not pay legal fees? It makes no sense. Plus the fact, we're talking about spending more taxpayer dollars if we go with a West Palm Beach plan compared to a plan that we have in our own department that's $45,000 that includes benefits. No, I'm not a mathematician. It appears to me that $125,000 is more than $45,000. I took a lot of night classes and may not be able to add the daytime, but that makes no sense to me. Why are we spending $125,000 of taxpayer dollars to put forth a plan that we know right now that a lot of the people that's going to file this will not get the benefit of it because of the fact they won't be able to pay legal fees if the Chief Judge says they're not going to do it, compared to a plan that we have in-house of $45,000 that we would have the control over, looking at Mr. Merrill and looking at who's over our Consumer Protection Department saying, we're not going to expand it. That's the one person we have, and that's where it's going to be. I want you all to answer taxpayers' dollars, answer taxpayers when we say we're going to go to the Palm Beach plan, so we're going to spend $125,000. We didn't go with the one that's going to get $45,000. They're going to look at us like we got two heads. So if we come forward with a Palm Beach plan, that's what we're looking at, I'm not going to support it. I might be in the minority, we're already in the minority. I'm not going to support it because it's going to cost us more money. If we put a person within Consumer Protection Department at $45,000, that's what we're going to limit it to. We put it in a Palm Beach plan, where we go to legal services. Who's to say 2 years down the road they come back and say, well, we need $25,000 more dollars, now it's $150,000. I don't care how you tweak it, don't tweak it. That math does not make any sense. So if we're going to come back with a Palm Beach plan, what we're looking at, I will not be supporting it.